Out on a this is my second video of the morning, I believe. So in this video, let me please read the description. I am currently watching a video by Blue Line Archive that was suggested to me through AI. It was posted 1 day ago. um it is titled "Rich Salon Owner Caught Stealing at Costco, Then Cop Finds What's in Her Bag." So let's just start with the title. Rich Salon Owner. Clout chasing, make you want to watch the video. People are trying to get monetized by YouTube and get their paycheck. Caught stealing at Costco. Costco is one of the only places that I still go to because I have to eat, and it's one of the most convenient places for me. Caught stealing at Costco. So I made it to the 13. It would have been 13:13 if I had stopped at 3 seconds earlier. And at this particular part, it's about halfway through the video. And at this particular part, the narrator is discussing how the Costco employee will be using the store's inventory on certain days that she visited as a means to convict her of additional crimes. The lady was caught stealing a shit ton of medicine. As she has a Dior bag, like fancy little brooch pin. She's dressed in all white. The 1 second. The man who arrests her looks to me, and this is just my opinion, he looks to me to be of the same sort of people that are harassing me, the same sort of people who want to see women be punished, the same kind of person who may say foul things. And this is, I don't know about this man, but just based on what I'm seeing, it looks like the same type of people around me who may like to see like minorities suffer. So the woman has irrefutable evidence of theft that she admits to on camera regarding the medication that was in her purse. Shit ton, unnecessary amount. Why are you stealing medication from Costco? You fucked up right there. That's it. That's all I can blame you for. When the cop comes in and introduces the other days that she's attended the store and says, well, our inventory says 3 bottles were missing and we're going to blame that on you. That reminds me of the situation that I'm in with the V2K stalkers. So via V2K, while I'm out shopping, I am told nearly every shopping trip I take, whether it's to a Lego store, to Costco, I don't know how many other places I go to. Those are some of the only places that I still go to. Um, I have been told through V2K, Brainwave, whatever you want to call it, that their network of people follows me. I know that they're following me. They follow me around the store. They ask me questions. They do weird shit around me to make me like have a reaction. It's the same thing as like normal gang stalking. But what they have repeatedly told me is that they steal stuff. So if, supposedly how the network operates is, depending on the store, there's like a threshold set. So if I spend more than $50 at one store, then nobody's supposed to be able to steal something or whatever. If I spend more than $100 at the Lego store, they can't blame thefts on me because I spent $100. What else? So there's just certain things. So when I go to Costco, if I don't spend, I don't know what the limit is at Costco, whether it's $100, $150, $200, but my average trip to Costco is anywhere between $100 and $300. Average is about $250, we'll say. So in a month, I spend about $500 at Costco. On days, there are days, like if I have to go, like last weekend I went, I don't think I spent a full 150. I think I spent $120 just because I was buying supplies to ensure that the rest of my apartment does not become infected by the mold that's coming from the hallway. I got like clear plastic boxes, extra lights so I can go in places that are darker and clean. I did all of these things because there's a network that's trying to fuck up my life. So I'm watching it now on TV, how it looks. And in my description, I pointed out the similarities. These people think that there is money surrounding me that I have access to or something that I don't. And I mention that because on my LinkedIn, I have a business. It's my longest job. I started it like 20, I don't know, sometime after high school, 2008, I want to say, I started making jewelry, uh, and handmade jewelry, right? At that time, I had carpal tunnel syndrome. So when I was making jewelry, it was like an exercise for my hands. It's like my way of reassuring that I can still use my fucking hands, right? I've had to switch from a right-handed mouse to a left-handed mouse, and I've had to train my left hand to be just as good as my right hand. So making jewelry was one of those things that helped me uh, get the brain signals from my brain to my hands to keep using them. So, anyways, on my LinkedIn, it's listed as a business because it was a business. I used to make handmade jewelry. I would go to craft festivals and sell it. I don't know if people see the word jewelry and assume that there's money involved, but the beads I was using were bought from downtown Los Angeles. A lot of them, most if not all of them, are like gemstone chips. The ones I got off of eBay are like the cheapest ones I could find that were nice gemstones. So I got like rose quartz crystal chips that somebody had drilled holes through so I could put it on a necklace. I can show you some of the jewelry that I've made, but it's nothing of like significant value. Even the silver that is used to actually make the formations, the wire wrapping silver and stuff, um, that's just regular silver prices, and it's not like I have an excessive amount of it. There's not a bunch of money here. So I read this rich salon owner caught stealing at Costco, and I see that as a clout chasing headline in order for these people to make money off of their YouTube videos. So not only do they have a criminal ring set up to put innocent people in jail and convict them of crimes that they did not commit, they are also using YouTube as a platform to add money to their crime ring. Um, Supposedly, hypothetically, the things that I'm finding, you know, this is all going on in Florida. What are my connections to Florida? I don't have much. My grandmother had 2 houses in Florida. Maybe that's why they think I'm rich. I don't have my grandmother's money. My grandmother passed away owning a house on a golf course in Florida. But none of that came to me. Do I have like some kind of inheritance that I don't know of? I don't have money. Right now, I just checked my email. I have a $27 bill that's going to post to my account in 3 days. My account had $17. I had to transfer money from another account into my checking account to make sure that that shit doesn't bounce and cost me just as much as I owe, right? So I have a means and I have a ways for emergencies that allow me to not be a thief. Like, if I need something in an emergency, even if I have no money, I still have a way to get it, and I don't have to steal it. Uh, when I was younger, like I said, I got set up. Maybe I had the idea to do it. Maybe it was an idea that was put into my head by other people. But I do know when I got caught shoplifting when I was younger, I was driven to those stores. So I was trafficked. Somebody else arranged for me to be in the position that I was in at that time. So let's go talk more about setups. I have to look at this video to like remember all the things that I want to say. Another similarity, she's an Asian woman. She looks to me to be Filipino. I'm not too sure what she is, but she also works at a hair salon. So as they're pulling all of the medicine out of her Dior bag, um, they also pull out like a bank deposit envelope filled with cash. And I think that goes towards rich salon owner caught stealing at Costco. If she was a rich salon owner, why would she have to steal so much medicine? I find it like this is so weird to me that people with means and access to money have to steal. It's so weird to me with the now, what is it, $35 or whatever I have in my checking account, that people want to make me look like I'm rich and that I have to steal. That's oxymoron. It doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. If this were to go in front of a jury, do I believe that she was really stealing the medication? I do, because you watch the cop pull all of that shit out of her purse. Do I believe the man who has been tracking this lady as he shows her car at the gas pump? He looks like a stalker. The same fucking shit I'm going through. This man has been paying way too much attention to this woman because he has every intention of trying to ruin her life. So I don't know who she's connected to that he knows, but this is what I'm talking about. This is a conspiracy. What I'm watching on TV right now is what they're trying to do to me. So He goes on to show like he thinks that it looks good on him. He's doing his loss prevention job. He looks like a crazy cuckoo batshit fucking stalker weird ass when he pulls up her car at the gas pump. Bitch has a Costco card. Of course she's gonna put gas in there, right? So now you look stalker like you've been building way too much of a case on her. Is she stealing gas from the pump? So you have that, and then you go in to say you've gone as far as to research the inventory on the days that she shopped to see other people steal, bitch. Other people steal. Just because they made one of them doesn't mean she took it. There's two that are missing. Well, if she bought one, like that. So, whew, let me calm down. Some of those, as he's bringing it up, it just reminds me like, eventually when I do get my turn to go through this, which is something that it appears that they're trying so hard to do, um, I at least want to have this video that I can refer to so I can make note of this being a setup, and then you can go after the person at the Costco and look through his phone conversations, his emails, his uh, whatever Signal account, whatever he's talking on with this crime network, and see how many other people they're doing this to. So I have a feeling on the days where she was caught and he's trying to use inventory, those are days where she only spent $50, $100, and he's pulling in the stuff that the network stole in order to make her look worser than worse, right? So in my instance, I'm followed around. I can point out damn near every person who's following. They're like looking very hard at every single item that I touch. If God forbid, I touch something and put it back in a different place, they have the video camera footage of me taking it, and they also have video camera footage of me leaving without it. So then they can go on ahead and imply that I stole it if they have somebody in their network who's following me around actually take it. This is not insanity. This goes towards conspiracy. When I make mention to you that there's brainwaves being used, there's a network of people who have access to all of my information that I see from the minute I leave my door. That's the reason they need to follow me from the minute I leave my door. I may not think about where I'm going, but if their network is following me from the minute I leave my door, like example, the last time I went to Home Depot and I accidentally walked out with the box of fucking Otter Pops. So that's what this reminds me of. As soon as you pass all points of payment, that is theft. So on that day, when I walked out with the $10 box of Otter Pops, they were sure that they got me. Had I walked any further without turning to go back into the entrance, they may have created this whole situation and been like, well, you were here last week and you didn't buy anything, and we have this stuff missing from our inventory, and you walked around these aisles, so we're going to blame you for it. That's not the case. When I have to buy stuff, when I go out to Home Depot to buy something, usually it's some shit that's locked up because I live in an area where people steal shit, and I have to get assistance from somebody. So if I'm just walking around the store, I'm just looking at shit. I explained in a video before, I am a Ryobi stockholder. So if I ever go there and don't buy shit, I may just be viewing the motherfucking stock shit, the stuff like research and development stuff, to make sure that if I want to continue to contribute to buying their stock, their items on the shelf are things that I think are going to sell, that company is going to continue making money. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy their stock anymore and I'll sell my shares. But so going back to this story, I haven't finished the video, but already I have noticed things that will put their whole fucking crime network that goes all the way out from California to Florida, probably connected to New York, probably connected to shit in Texas. All of you guys, stop fucking with me. I don't know, like, these people, how do you steal things? I brought it up the last time when I was talking about the fan, how I went to the Home Depot on Sunset and they had a limited stock, so you couldn't purchase it online. You actually had to go into the store to see if they had it. I asked for it. Their inventory says either they do or they don't, or it says low quantities, check over here. So when I was at that store, someone was saying, we're going to say she stole it. That was the day that I bought the Otter Pops. So I bought the Otter Pops, $10. I didn't meet the $100 or whatever threshold. So that goes down. So the next time I go back to Home Depot, they're going to try to have a setup. They're going to try to make it so that I walk out of the store with something that I didn't pay for, like, for example, those Otter Pops, and they say, and say it had been on a different day, like the fan or whatever was on a different day, they're gonna go back and be like, well, you were here last week and we had these things stolen. We have you here on camera touching it, right? So what happens is after I touch it, look at it, put it back, somebody from their network goes in and actually steals it, walks out the store with it, and nobody stops them because there's people in the store that actually know what's going on. So right now, another thing that I just saw, you guys are all going down. Another thing that I just saw is on Melrose, there's the sneakerheads, whatever thing. I'm not a sneakerhead. I just threw out all my fucking shit. I just wear shoes. I like shoes. I like quality shoes. I think it's silly when, like, I watch other things and people are mentioning, like, why is it that black people will spend $300 on a pair of shoes and drive a Mercedes and have $0 in their bank account? Like, why is that? It's because people are materialistic. It's like this lady having a Dior bag but having to steal medication. You could have, with all the medication that you stole, you could have just bought another Dior bag. Like, that's, so maybe she is a part of their crime ring and they want to convict her of something. So they just flipped and flopped and turned on her. So that's why I think she's quiet in the video. She knows. She already knows what the fuck is up. So I'm not part of any crime ring, and I've just been picking up on the criminals around me, and I can tell you exactly who's who and who's what. And should they decide to live a straight life, as honest as I am, they're going to be set up in the same way. So let's say that this is a lady who decided she wanted to live a straight life, but she still has dependencies, right? That the money that she has in that envelope is all accounted for in receipts and stuff, right? She has to deposit that. That's why she didn't use that money to buy the fucking medication that she stole. She has no business. She's an alcoholic, I think, right? They pull a bottle of liquor out of her bag and they're like, did you pay for this? And she's like, I am so thankful that I'm not dependent on alcohol. I no longer need to smoke weed to do anything. And all I'm going to do is keep outing your fucking network if you guys want to keep following me around. So the video I watched just before this one was the Melrose sneakerheads who had an inside, this is a RICO operation, I guess, where they had employees at Nike steal shipping labels, legitimate shipping labels, send them to the Cool Kicks people. Cool Kicks people put their information, because they have a UPS account, on the shipping labels, send it back to the people at Nike, who would then, as the shipments are going out to legitimate stores, they would slap the fucking Cool Kicks label over it. And you know how they got caught? So fucking simple, so fucking stupid. $2 million fucking crime mob ring went down because of like an Apple AirTag in a box that was supposed to go to somewhere else. That's how you guys are gonna get fucked. But anyways, is this related to that? I don't know. Are there that many criminals out there? I think so. Would it make sense for all these criminals to work together to commit more crimes? It does. It does. It does. So when I make mention of this, every single fucking corporation out there, every single company, every single business that makes money has somebody crooked inside of it that is, whether it's part of this ring or another ring or whatever ring, they are colluding to steal money. Everybody's getting embezzled from. Everybody is going through entrapment. If you don't play, you have to pay. I'm not playing with you, and I refuse to pay. You guys will all pay. So in the event something happens, like I mistakenly walk out with motherfucking Otter Pops again, like, I'm so thankful that I took 2 steps and realized, like, oh my gosh, I didn't pay for that. But had it been anything of more value, let's say I had found the fan, right, and then did my walk to check out other supplies and walked out without it, God forbid, that would never happen, though, because the box for the fan was so fucking big, I would have noticed it. Right, I didn't see the Otter Pops because the cart has like the little spot where my cat sits in it. So I can't see anything beyond that. I can't see what's in. If I would have had the cat carrier part down, I may have seen the Otter Pops and I may have been like, oh, I do need to go to the checkout. But I didn't go to the checkout because I forgot that I even picked them up. So there's always the opportunity for clearing your name. But if you allow them to build a case against you, you're going to go down because somebody's watching you that hard and they can't wait to take you down. The simple fact that this man has, he's like bragging about how he has video of her car at the gas pump, makes him seem like the most creepy stalker type. Something is wrong in your head that you have to follow. That, like, your loss prevention, I understand that's your job. Do your job. How are people stealing gas? Is she using a fraudulent credit card? Like, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. You're obsessed. You're obsessed with me. You're obsessed with Asian women. You're obsessed with making people's lives miserable because you are. These are crimes, and I don't want to say that this man in particular, but the people that I profile around me are people who do not deserve to be in relationships, people who have had bad relationships their entire lives, people whose parents fucked them up so bad in the head that they continue to carry out the trauma and abuse that has been done to them on others. That's all this network is. This network is a bunch of unhealed individuals who, like, humble yourself. Go be fucking homeless and realize that being homeless is not as bad as you guys want to make it seem. The only reason it's bad for you is because you're so fucking materialistic. Stealing that amount of medication while carrying around a Dior bag lets me and everybody else know that your image of yourself is so fucking twisted and screwed, right? Imagine how many people saw her actually put that shit. Do you know how obvious stealing is? Coming from somebody who got caught for it a few times in their juvenile life. I have the ability to look back with hindsight. You know, when I graduated high school, I said never look back. I might take that back now. I look back to my past as the biggest, most significant learning lesson in my life that's going to allow me to excel to the top from here. Because had I not been trafficked into thievery, I might be a thief, right? If you put yourself around people who have, right, she's a salon owner. So imagine her clients, the clients that she has coming in that have money, and she wants to look like them. She wants to get more clients like them. So she's going to look like she also has money. So she has a, what do you call it? A special interest that she can talk about them with so that they can refer more clients with more money to her, right? So she has to uphold that image, but maybe her business is hurting. Her alcoholism is hurting her business. At least she has the common sense to keep that fucking the business money in the fucking envelope. At least she has that common sense. Like, there's still hope for her yet. She needs to get away from this kooky ass person who's following her. She probably has an ex-boyfriend who knows the kooky ass motherfucker, right? So maybe her drinking problem, this is just me overanalyzing things, but I think I'm right always. I probably am. Her ex-boyfriend, whatever abusive ex-boyfriend forced her to resort to drinking, which in turn created a drinking problem, which in turn created the perfect opportunity for them to set her up for stealing liquor. That's just, this is all just crazy. And I'm also so thankful that I do not like liquor. I like champagne a little bit. That's why I say do not like, because I was going to say don't, right? How to tell when people are being honest versus, I had to change it to do not, because as I was in the midst of saying don't, a most absolute positive, I realized that there are some times where I drink alcohol. So that is my explanation of when you hear a don't turn into a do not. It's the recognition of events that remove it from being an absolute. If you understand where I'm going and what I'm saying with this. So I'm going to finish watching that video because I think it's very interesting to see the similarities. I don't know if I pointed out, one of my neighbors is from Florida, right? And it happens to be someone who I have videos of on my YouTube page where I say that he's doing suspicious things to me. So I wonder if this is just a Florida activity that has infected the world because they're like mold spores that have blown away from Florida into other states. Like, where is this all centered? And then right before it, I was watching, and this is the universe just showing me your network, right? This is algorithms. So the universe is showing me what your network is watching. So if you guys are watching my videos, the algorithm, this is why you guys are so fucking dumb. The algorithm that all these tech elite billionaires designed shows me similar videos. So the people who are watching my videos, people who have subscribed to me that are part of this network, watch these other videos because they're looking at their dirty work. They're like, they know that it's them, and they know that the person in the video is innocent, and they are like keying over convicting innocent people. So the video I watched right before this shoplifting video, it was a video of a 35-year-old woman, again, comment, I don't know what her race was, but she was a 35-year-old woman, I presume to live alone, who received a package, opened the package, and it blew her up as well as her whole apartment building. And it was oh my gosh, I can't wait to say this one. That package was supposedly, I guess they have already convicted these people and put them in jail. Oops. But I'm going to ruin some more things for you guys. They convicted two people, two meth heads. It was a meth dealer and his druggie, of sending the bomb to this woman and blowing up the apartment building. What I believe, so this is something that's organized by the ATF. I believe that this is fake news. It's fear-mongering, and it is how they are going to put confidential informants in prison to get access to members of the network. So if you are a dumb idiot that's part of the network, you're like keying because you're watching this meth dealer and his buyer go to prison. You guys don't realize, that's how slow you are, that our government can set people up, put them on YouTube. So you guys all fucking are like, yeah, we're going to write to him. We're going to send him money. We're going to share stories. And what they're going to use those two people for, they're going to use them as confidential informants. They're going to force them to talk to other prisoners. They're going to find out who is in. So I'm giving you guys a heads up because I don't care about your shit. If you guys want to do crimes, do them. Leave me the fuck alone. So this stuff might help your network. Leave me out of it. Right now, there's two guys that are going to enter prison in Pittsburgh, I think it was, who have every potential and possibility to be confidential informants. So if you have friends in that prison where these two guys are, tell them to shut the fuck up. If you want your network to survive, I don't want them to shut the fuck up because I want you guys all to get arrested and stay in jail forever. But out of respect for people who are criminals and commit crimes, so long as you leave me out of it, this is like bargaining. Is this collective bargaining? I don't know. I don't have to keep opening my mouth and yapping about you guys if you guys stop trying to torment and terrorize me. Right? I will let the ATF or the government or whatever those three-letter agencies handle this. But right now they have me employed as an unwitting spy. And that's the reason I'm talking about this to you guys. If you guys are part of this criminal network, they have people who don't want to fucking even be a part of it spying on your ass. So it's going both ways. You have a whole entire network of criminals that is trying to set me up for a crime. Whole time the government has access to the same information that you guys have, and they're using that information to fucking attack you guys. So I feel safe and comfortable where I'm at because I feel like me just being me is doing more good for the greater kind than you can imagine. I give up the secrets of these people who are using me against my will for that reason. You are law enforcement. Be law enforcement. Don't use citizens. Don't use unwitting civilians. Right? Because it goes both ways. I can provide information to the motherfucking criminals about your shit that I know about. It is psychic. I am psychic. And that's why I'm a threat. But if you leave this fucking psychic alone, I mind my own fucking autistic ass, ADHD ass business. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to calm down. No more autistic rage. It's not even rage. This is just me explaining exactly what it is. That's actually what it is. That is what it's been. That's what it's being. And I wanted to write it down, but it's way too much for me to write down, given the condition of my hand, my fatigue, just everything. So I have to make this video. And stop using innocent citizens. Stop putting innocent people in jail and using them for your benefit. Stop it, stop it, stop it.